Hi, it's the 30th of May, and this is Miss Murder with a couple more movies to put up that are also reviewed on my blog, so they will be short. This is on two, a movie and its sequel that were very controversial. We'll start with ABCs of Death. Now, this is again one of those movies where if you're a casual horror watcher, this may not be for you. Okay, some of these can be a bit intense, and some of them can be downright unwatchable to certain people. If that's the case, don't watch it. I have it reviewed Friday, June 21st on the 2013. It's still on my top 10 list. This one is. I don't know about the second one. But what they did is they did an experiment. They took the alphabet A through Z. They gave all these indie directors a letter, and they said, do whatever you want with it. You got this much time. Go. And with some of it, they looked at it and went, whoa. And they had to take it because they said they would. So, this came out. People were bored, shocked, amazed. There were all kinds of different uh, receptions to it. Until some, and I'm going to say dumbass, high school substitute teacher decided, I don't feel like doing this today. I'll just pop in a movie. What does she show her high school class? The ABCs of Death. Duh. I mean, this movie is brutal to some, and I can imagine what these kids. Now, the thing is, though, is that she was not only fired, she is up on charges. She is probably going to go to jail. Don't know for how long, but she's probably going to go to jail. That's a little much, don't you think? I mean, this movie, graphic as it may be, is legal in the United States. I mean, you think if a 15, 12-year-old brought this up to a Walmart counter, that they'd say, sorry, kid, you're too young to buy that film. No. So, her idiocy was to show it to a class, and she claimed she didn't know what it was about. Well, from period 1, I could see that, but periods 2 through, what, they have 6 or 7 of them now? Come on. So, one of the producers of the first one made a statement because of it, and he said, okay, look, I have 2 kids. They're not seeing this movie, at least not until they're older. What the hell was she thinking? Yeah, she should be fired and never teach again in her life, but go to jail for showing somebody something that's totally legal. I mean, if she'd have shown them an underground film or a pornography type film, that's one thing. But this, like I said, any 12-year-old can buy it from a Walmart, Kmart, whatever. And it's legal. So, that was his statement. Because out comes ABCs of Death 2. Joy, why? Why? Because they did the same thing. They considered the experiment a success, not because of the teacher, that was way later. And so they had more indie directors they wanted to try out. And this has Jen and Sil Soska, who I have talked about a couple of times, several times, about how bright they are. They're two sisters out of Canada who are making movies and making them pretty darn good. They made The See No Evil 2. They made American Mary, Dead Hooker in the Trunk, and they've got a couple coming up too. And they've got not only got a letter in here, but they've also got a cameo in one of the other letters. So that was cool to see too. So, but that would be about my only reason for this. It wasn't quite as inventive as the first, and I think it's because it's one of those experiments where you try it and you go, okay, that turned out all right, and you don't do it again. Anybody Anyway, if you want to review that, it's on March 6, 2015, and that is that for that movie also.